The landing was a little choppy. If this was a flight, this is one of those flights where the pilot doesn't come out and shake everybody's hand on the way out. They just stay in the cockpit with the door closed and say, all right, there you go, we're here. Couple things. First of all, and we get into the last minute or so, but let's talk about how we got there. I thought that this was the second time this year this in Ball State where all three seniors had a significant impact on the offensive end, and that seems to be a model for success for us. Secondly, you know, we go through all that craziness. They've got us all spread out because they're spraying in threes from everywhere, and Ryan Taylor's able to come up with a stop on a kid that had an unbelievable night. Crazy game. Just take this. First of all, Imatio hitting 5 of 7 threes. But think about in the last 5 minutes of the game, both teams had a made three off just a crazy scramble where it ends up in a shooter's hands. Mo was probably even a little more outlandish sitting there on the sidelines than their kids was. But in both cases, a mad scramble ended up in a mad three, or in a made three. Sounds like a rivalry game to me. Sounds like a rivalry game to me. I'm glad we're on the winning end of it. I would say that our decision-making and game management down the stretch, our execution was subpar. But again, we're sitting there and we can learn those lessons from a win rather than a loss. And I am very grateful for that. Questions?
How did being score 17 points in 3.5 minutes, and when was the last time you seen someone do it that well that quickly?
Do you want me to try to explain being Welsh to you? I mean, that is that's a research project for someone on campus here. Bean's a lot of things, but he isn't easily explained in a lot of ways, and it's special. I don't think I've seen an explosion quite like that. I had a kid get 60 in a game once, but to see that amount in that short of time, and it weren't all easy. It wasn't like Akron was giving him shots. Ride the lightning a little bit whenever Bean plays. And sometimes the lightning strikes you, sometimes it strikes the opposition. And I know this, that we haven't, when he goes out-of-body experience on us, we've won all 3 times, so we could just do that. Maybe go back through his day, figure out what he ate, eating the same stuff against Eastern. I think some of it is, honestly, with all those 3 seniors, we tried to emphasize that the clock's ticking. I can be loyal, I can be faithful to those seniors all day long. But the bottom line is that they've only got so many left to win. And it's not like we have a whole bevy of options sitting over there, so I'm not sitting there with the cane on the side of the stage ready to pull them off. But what do you want to make of this senior year? What do you want to do with it? Do you want to participate for the rest of your senior year, or do you want to have an active role in making it pretty special? And you can say a lot of things about this team, a lot of things about how it's gone to this point. I'd like to point out that we've beaten 2 of the better teams in the league at this point, and that bodes well for the future if we can just kind of keep moving along.
How did you guys keep it together? That first half defensively was
pooh. I mean, they were throwing them in from everywhere. The ones that.
How did you hang around until Bean went on that unconscious stretch? At one point, they had 15 threes and 14 offensive rebounds, and they were only up 3.
Other than that, we were locking them down. Well, I told them at the half, I said, guys, it doesn't look great to you right now, but the difference is that it's a night where we're sharing the basketball and we're getting offense. So it's going to be a matter of just locking in and stringing together some stops. certainly wasn't gonna be in, let's put it this way, my defensive pack line defense sales for the DVD videos went down dramatically after tonight's performance. They're still available through Championship Production. But okay, so in a game like that, maybe it's Stevie digging down and getting a piece of one and digging it out of there and getting a turnover that way. Maybe it's Mo coming from nowhere and getting the block. Again, it's fun to watch. It also wears a hole in my stomach lining. I like games where we get stops more readily. But boy, that was pretty action-packed for a halfway through the MAC regular season game. It looked like a rivalry game to me.
Coach, that's 2 in a row at home in front of pretty nice crowds over really good teams, as we said. What's the difference between playing here at the Congo in front of a big student section and playing on the road? Obviously, you guys have struggled on the road besides that win at Ball State.
You know, I'm telling you, one of the reasons I really like the position that I'm sitting in professionally, and one of the reasons I really like being here, are our fans. You know what? It wouldn't have been easy for them to pack it up so far this year. They're used to winning a lot. They showed up. Not only did they show up, they were loud. You know what? Don't think that when I'm putting in that extra recruiting trip or spending a couple extra hours watching tape that I want to give these people something really special. I think this is a cool, energized, incredibly hip, much like your head coach, incredibly good-looking fan base. Listen, I see how much fun this could be. I want to be part of it. I do. We got a taste. We got just a taste. And that taste has to become something, but honestly, if you don't think fans make a difference in a college basketball game, you're crazy. Probably more so than any other sport, they affect the game. And we just so happen to have that as another weapon in our arsenal here, and I appreciate that. And you know what? Them combined, the band is unbelievable. It's just a great college atmosphere. You go around mid-major college basketball, believe me, I've been there everywhere from Texas Pan American to New Jersey Tech and everywhere in between. This place is cool. It's special. It makes a big difference for us to be at home. Big difference.
Said you were gonna talk about it at some point. You don't have to go too in-depth, but last 90 seconds? What? Again,
You know when the Friday the 13th movies when the girl would wander into the bar and like, don't go in there, don't go in there. One of them, Tone, takes the ball out of bounds. We've never practiced that. He throws it into Mo, and Mo assumes he's gonna get fouled and holds it. It's a jump ball. But what? Again, for what, we obviously don't have enough experience playing from ahead. So let's work on that. We had another one where we didn't run a play the whole way through. We missed, at one point, 3 or 4 free throws, I believe it was, with Mo and Stevie. All those things. You know what? I'll tell you when I got nervous. I kid you not. And whoever said this behind the bench, understand what you did to my stomach. Stevie gets fouled. We're up 3. There's 59 seconds left. I looked at the scoreboard, and I heard someone say, nice win, coach. Oh, no. Just stop those words. I appreciate the kind sentiments, but boy, it seems like I could just, we haven't struggled like that inbounding the ball. We haven't struggled. I thought we got a little bit tentative with it. And perhaps I had some of the wrong personnel in there, making some decisions. And, credit to them, they hit some shots going down.
any thought to fouling up 4?
Yes. Wait.
Stevie splits a pair, you're up 4, 20 seconds.
Far too early. There's too many more variables that can take place. The general school of thought is 8 seconds or below within coaching circles. Because they're gonna have, okay, you foul, first of all, we weren't in the bonus yet, I like that. I like the idea. We haven't operated from that, but that could have come in really handy. Had they inbounded the ball differently on that last play, we were poised to take a foul and make them run another play that they couldn't draw up on the sideline. So that was a huge advantage. I didn't want to burn that. Secondly, you start playing the free throw game when you're up with 20-some seconds left, there's a lot of things that can happen. Be it a turnover on the press, be it a, so no, not there, not quite yet. And like I say, our plan was if they were dribbling east-west at any point in time in that last possession, we were prepared to take one, put them back at another out of bounds. But they spread us out, he turned and went, and you don't want to try to foul when a guy's dribbling at the hoop, because all they have to do is throw the ball up at the rim and they're shooting 2 shots. So literally it came down into a glorified one-on-one contest from the wing. Ryan really did a good job. He stayed in front, got hands up, and really altered the shot, no question about it.
Coach, about a month ago, you called Akron the standard bearer for consistency in the MAC, and now you played them once. It's just one game. It'll be a really back and forth game.
We're the standard bearer. No, it's a little early to declare that. We're 3-6. Just kidding on that.
Yeah, but you're 1-0 against the Zips. Does that hold any significance?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, you look at some of the wins we've had. I mean, DePaul's doing well in their conference. Buffalo's obviously very good. Akron proves they're good year in, year out. And again, to add more to it, believe me, I heard from more than one person that this is an important game for Ohio to win. And that's a good thing. Keeps you alive. It's a good win over a quality program. Now we turn around and play a team that beat us by 36 a week ago.
All 3 wins in the MAC, you've had just superhuman performances by either Mo or Bean. What was it take for this team to win without one of those performances?
Well, you can do it a lot of different ways. I mean, go ahead and look at from Ryan down to Kyrie on the stat sheet, and there's some opportunities for some bigger play out of there. We've had a lot of nights where we've been a little more balanced. I don't want them thinking that they have to go nuts for us to win, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And I would say with most teams, you rely pretty heavily on your senior leaders, particularly if they're scorers, and it's been no exception. They were outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Now, you know the other guy gave us a huge, don't underestimate what Tone did for us coming out of the locker room. I mean, he had 2 threes and a post move.
He had 10 points in like 6 minutes.
Yep, he was very, very good coming out of the locker room and really stabilized us, and then Bean went out of body on us.
Anything else? Coach, your team gave up 20 second chance points in the first half, and in the second half you gave up 3. What adjustments did you make at halftime to fix that?
You know, I'd like to say we made a huge, we changed how we guarded their dribble drive. That's it. When they got a bunch of offensive rebounds there, they were turning the corner and getting to the rim, drawing our help, and then it's that secondary guy that's getting the rebound. That's been a reoccurring theme for us all year. And it's as subtle as keeping them outside the lane and not turning the corner toward the basket, just keep them going in a direction. So we shaded them a little bit differently. I'd like to say that I put on a boxing out clinic at the half. That simply didn't happen. I thought we did a better job of not allowing drives to go downhill on us, to go north and south on us, and that certainly helped. I also thought the game changed. They spent a lot of time trying to draw a 3 on Tone early in the second half, and they were in a really nice rhythm offensively, and I would have done the same thing he did. It just probably happened to take them. It was a smart move by them. Shoot, especially when Tone's scoring all those points. Again, I would have done the exact same thing, but it allowed us to get a couple stops and at least get our heels dug in as we were taking some pretty good haymakers in the first half. And you know what? We took some pretty good haymakers in the second half too. It's not we were world leaders in the second half defensively. They're a good offensive team. They hit 18 threes. 18! That's 2 games in a row where teams are taking 30-plus threes on us. Some of that's okay. It results in, they had 6 free throw attempts. How about this? They shoot 18 for 36 from 3 and 0 for 6 from the line. I told you it's a weird game. That is a weird stat line. Bottom line, looked like a rivalry game. Our guys made enough plays to win.